Hello and welcome to the University of Maine Graduate School. My name is Jason Aylmer and I'm a graduate student recruitment specialist. Thank you so much for tuning in. In this video, we are going to cover some different options that we have here for programs that are still accepting applications for the fall. We'll do some in-depth sort of program search, kind of figuring out what the right fit might be for you. And then we'll go over some different options we have for applying to our different programs. So again, thank you so much for tuning in, taking a few minutes to check out what we have to offer, and again, what might be a really great fit for you. So looking ahead here for fall 2020, we still have a number of different programs that are still accepting applications. The main differences in our options that we have some degree programs, which are sort of the traditional master's or doctoral degree programs. We also have some graduate certificate programs of varying lengths. Sometimes that can be a good start toward working potentially towards some sort of different master's degree or even a PhD program, where a lot of those classes will count toward whatever that degree might be. And then we also have a non-degree option. So if you aren't entirely sure or don't want to commit to jumping fully into a program, the non-degree option allows you to take some classes and kind of get your feet wet, explore what the different options are. You can start working with a professor, look at maybe getting a good rapport going to get a letter of recommendation, a whole bunch of different options. So the bottom line is definitely something for you if you're interested in some sort of graduate program here with the University of Maine. So one of the first things that we'll take a look at is our website. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that everyone can take a look at what I'm talking about here. So at umaine.edu/graduate, we have our main graduate page here, Make Your Mark. And then up at the top here, we have a bunch of different options. We're going to go ahead and start by taking a look at programs. And there are some excellent features here, some different options for how you might want to search, whether it's area of study or a particular school or department. And then down here, alphabetized, are our current program titles. And what we're going to take a look at now is we're going to group the application deadline together. And we're going to go down to all of the programs that have rolling deadlines, meaning that they accept applications throughout the year. And so when we take a look at the different programs, again, some are degree programs, some are certificate programs that have rolling deadlines. As you can see, there's still quite a few that fall under that category from all different types of programs, STEM programs, art programs, we have a bunch of forest engineering programs, you name it. And if there isn't something, you're looking for something specific that doesn't have a rolling deadline, might have passed or what have you, please reach out to us. At the end of this video, there'll be a bunch of information for how to get a hold of myself or our graduate school team. Let us know. We'd love to hear from you and see what we could do as far as finding, again, something that's the right fit for you. So once you have a chance to kind of take a look, available, you can see some of them are rolling until full. Again, we can on an individual basis, connect with you and see what sort of fit might still be available. But let's say we want to take a look at spatial informatics. You can go ahead and click on that here. And this gives you some really great overview information about what the program kind of looks like. Sometimes there's some different application requirements. Scroll on down, the type of degree, program format. So as you will no doubt notice when you are taking a look at these programs, we have on-campus classes, we have online classes, and then we have some programs that are a hybrid that offer both online and on-campus programs. While we're taking a look at the fall, we're going to continue to evaluate over the summer what is going to make sense for everybody's class size and that sort of thing. But we are definitely going to have classes of some size, shape, or variety. And this particular program format lets you know what sort of traditionally how those classes are presented. You'll also note that there's some usually a contact from the department itself. So in this case, Professor Onsrud, his email, and then you can click on the actual program website to go into much more detailed information about what the outcomes are and connect with faculty and those sorts of things. But generally for initial questions, either someone from our team or if you have some more detailed questions, maybe you started a master's program and want to try to transfer in credits, something of that nature, Professor Onsrud is available as well. You'll also note over here on the left-hand side, we have an option to go ahead and apply, which we're going to explore in a moment, some request more information, and then the graduate catalog. So as I mentioned earlier, with our non-degree option, that is a really great opportunity to go ahead and take some classes and have those classes. Usually it's up to 9 credits that would transfer into some sort of ongoing degree or certificate program. You can take a look in the catalog to see what is available. Oftentimes it would require a quick email to the professor getting permission, saying, I'm really interested, I'd love to take your class, that sort of thing. But by and large, most professors are very accommodating, love to have folks come and join. I myself took 2 non-degree classes in the English program, in their master's program, which was incredibly helpful in helping me decide to start that program. So I definitely recommend that as well. But going back to the apply function, so you'll find that both here and throughout the website, there's a number of different ways to get to the apply page, but there's usually a link in whatever page you're on. And that will take you to the University of Maine graduate application. And as you can see here, you would either sign in or if you're starting fresh, you would go ahead and sign up. As a note, whether you're doing some sort of certificate program or master's degree or what have you, or you're doing a non-degree option, just want to take some classes, you would still create an application even for the non-degree. Just as you fill out some of the basic information, put in perhaps where you graduated for your bachelor's degree, those sorts of things, and then it's going to have you start to sign in and put in your information, those sorts of things. So when we're taking a look at the application, we'll go back here and take a look at some of the basic things that you would need when you're going ahead to apply. So take a look at our application checklist, just to kind of keep this in the back of your mind when we're going in and working on your application. Think to yourself, wow, what am I going to need? And luckily, for the most part, it's pretty straightforward. So some of the main headlines here, your academic requirements, whatever program you're going into, they're going to be pretty clear up front. What's required? Do I need to have such and such, like a 3.0 GPA? Do I need to have done X, Y, and Z? Do I need to have a master's degree if I'm going into a doctoral program? All of those sorts of things. So there are sometimes application academic requirements. The next one, we can click on here for some more information. So for the different types of application requirements, there's all kinds of couple different things that you can take a look at. Most programs are still requiring some sort of letter of recommendation. Those are often something that is attached to your application. And the way that works is you would connect with 3 individuals who can really speak to your academic abilities. And we get questions sometimes like, should this individual be, could it be a work reference? Does it have to be an academic reference? And it really depends on the situation. If it's in the world of work, let's say that you're applying to the Maine MBA program and you're focusing on accounting, and you worked in an accounting office before, let's say you were an intern in your undergrad program, that work reference would make a lot of sense because it's specifically talking about the program and sort of what you can bring to that, and things that translate into that particular degree. So again, it's a case-by-case basis, and we're happy to chat and help shed some light on that. But so that's sort of a general rule of thumb when it comes to letters of recommendation. Also, kind of regardless of what you're looking to do, at some point, we're going to have to take a look at transcripts from previous college or university work. Even for the non-degree programs, those are graduate level courses, so you would have to have some sort of, for the most part, some sort of undergrad transcript or reflecting the degree that you acquired. And to start out when you're applying, one really important note is that you don't have to have the official transcripts up front. You can send us unofficial copies. Maybe it's something you download from your previous school's website. But that information that you can attach and can be used to process your application and get an application decision as quickly as possible. And then once you are selected and officially accepted, we can work on the process of requesting that official transcript, which we would need before you actually start taking classes. Next up is the official test scores. So again, doing a little homework, if you will, and taking a look at what is required from the program that you're interested in. Some programs require things like the GRE, which is sort of a grad school version of the SAT standardized test. Some programs do not. So that's something you want to definitely take a look at. Certain programs have waivers that you can apply for. If you have a long professional background in whatever, you may be able to apply and get a waiver and not have to take that. So definitely want to pay attention to the test score requirements. And then last but not least, there are some application fees attached to the different programs. So for the general application fee is $65. For non-degree programs, the application fee is $35. One note, if you are a University of Maine, either current student or an alumni from any time, you do not have to pay the application fee. That is waived. So those are some sort of quick breakdowns about what the degree application looks for. As you can go down and see, the certificate applications similar. The application fee for that, like the non-degree programs, is $35. And again, you would need your transcript. So there's a lot of great information here. Again, the non-degree applications that we talked about is, again, a really great way to kind of get your feet wet and get in. So lots of great stuff to take a look at. We actually just updated our website. And again, if there's something on here that you're looking for, have a question about a specific requirement that maybe doesn't make sense, we're happy to connect with you or get you connected with a graduate coordinator to answer those or look into any sort of, like GRE waiver or anything like that. So really, when you get into doing the actual application itself, the online piece is honestly really painless. You upload your documents, you type in some information about yourself, when you went to school, that sorts of things. The only other thing that you'd want to take a look at is the personal essay. Quite a few programs still require either a statement of purpose, personal essay, they call it a couple different things. But it's basically something that oftentimes is, 300 to 700 word statement about why you're interested in getting into that program and kind of what you want to get out of it. And maybe even a little bit about what you bring to it, especially if you have, a strong work background in that area. So once you have those documents all set up to go, you plug them in and you send it off to us. And again, I can't stress enough, we love hearing from our applicants. Any questions, like I said, connecting you to the graduate coordinator. We really want to make this a seamless, engaging process for you. Like I said, there's so many different programs, even now, that are still accepting applications, and we'd love to hear from you. So I'm going to go ahead and put up on the screen here some information on how to connect with us. If you have any questions, again, be happy to hear from you.